All right, Chi-Town, we've got liftoff. 187
Copyright disclaimer
bars. New series. This is part 4. We're doing DJ Jam Master J. Let it rip.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
All facts.
In entering upon this course of instruction, each of you should, so far as possible, lay aside for the time being all previous theories and beliefs. By so doing, you will be saved the trouble of trying
all the way through the show
to put, quote, new wine into old wineskins, end quote. Luke chapter 5, verse 37. If there's anything as we proceed which you don't understand or agree with, just let it lie passively in your mind until you have enjoyed the entire show. For many statements that would at first arouse antagonism and discussion will be cleared and easily accepted a little farther on. After the show is over, if you wish to return to your old beliefs and ways of living, you are at perfect liberty to do so. But for the time being, be willing to become as a little child, for said the Master in spiritual things, quote, except ye become as little children, ye shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven, end quote. Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. If at times there seems to be repetition, please remember, the Self Luv Show is a lesson, not a lecture.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change.
24 years ago today, iconic rapper Tupac Shakur was shot here in Las Vegas.
The rapper was shot inside of a BMW while stopped at a red light on Koval and Flamingo. We all know the story. He then died 6 days later. The shooting happened after a Mike Tyson fight against Bruce Sheldon at MGM Grand. And then there was a brawl inside of the lobby right after that fight. Tupac was in the car with Marion Suge Knight, who was grazed by a bullet. No one has ever been arrested for Tupac's murder.
Brother,
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna say,
hey. Tori's oldest brother. Between us, Tori made me at Beta, and so he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah,
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Luv Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
oh man,
It's
oh
apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Nope, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We like look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You couldn't handle the truth. Are you on my frequency? Are you on my frequency? Buddy, I'm just a kid from Chicago. Self-love. Vision. I'm just a kid from Chicago. Absolutely. Chi-Town kids in the building. Welcome to Chi-Town's very own, the Self Luv Show, where we got two mottos. Motto number one is on earth as it is in heaven. Bing. Much praise to the ancestors. Big ups to my mama Sky. Our second motto is as above, so below. Right now we can be found Malcolm exclusively on this YouTube channel. This ain't that network. Or as we say, TATN. Huh? This is your co-host 9 Millie, also known as Self, one of the Selfs. What down, Chi-Town, what down. Repeat after he. I am greater than my excuse. I am greater than my excuse. One more time. I am greater than my excuse. Today is Hump Day, Wednesday, August 31, 2022. And as always, we love to acknowledge that you souls can be any place, at any time, in this magnanimous universe. But thankfully, we all Scooter chose to be here together. That's right. Here. Together. What down, brother Wordsmith? What you manifesting today, self-love?
Love, you know me. Love, man. What you manifesting?
Ditto, good brother. Ditto. Pure, magnanimous, unfiltered, unfettered. Many say harsh. Others have said tough. But it's love just the same, my man. Love just the same. So what's been going on in your neck of the shot?
It's festival season, bro. Man, every weekend it's just festivals and live music and festivities going on in the parks.
So it's a festivus for the rest of us, huh?
Man, absolutely. It's been a blessing. Nothing like summertime shy.
Man, no place like it on this beloved planet. No place in the world like summertime shy. Wintertime, I can think of a trillion other places I'd want to be in the winter, but summertime, man, it's nothing like just smelling chicken and watermelon everywhere you go. I swear, man, I smell fried chicken driving up and down the street. Man, I was on the E-way, man, when I had first moved back to Chi the original time. Like, all I smell is chicken, man. You're oblivious to it because, you know, you're there all the time. But you know, people's barbecuing and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, big ups, big ups. So, what to expect tonight on the Self Luv Show, our format. We always kick it off with the Self Luv Show quote of the day. Then, of course, we have our more growth and development video. It's about 50 seconds. Tune in to that. And then Self Love and I, we unpack a video from a news feed. And we like to break down whether or not it was tattoo tyranny or not. It was tattoo tyranny. And then, of course, we have our dome teaser, which is a riddle. And we save the key for the end of the show, unless you cats in the chat can figure it out prior to doing so. Got some riddlers now. It used to just be self-love, but big ups to Ace and I'm the Overseer. They come through in a pinch. And then, of course, we got the topic of today, and that's wait a minute here. And that's going to be 187 Bars, Part 4. This is a series on murdered rappers. We don't cover them all because, you know, it'll be going on ad infinitum. But, you know, rest in peace to all of them and all the fallen rappers, and condolences to their families. Today it's going to be DJ Jam Master Jay, formerly of the legendary rap crew RUN DMC. So this is a continuation of our Dead Rapper series, so tune in. Then, of course, we wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's where this brother to my right summarizes everything in a nice little metaphysical bun. Off the rip, top of his dome, and nice little piece of prose, and yeah, it's always magnanimous. So enough of my yapping. Wait a minute. No. But first, we've got announcements. Self-Love, you got any announcements, Brody?
Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell far and wide. And those that know, it's going down at Tucci's this weekend.
Oh, yeah. The big Tucci party, huh? You staying overnight or what?
I don't know. Haven't decided yet.
Yeah, you might as well stay overnight. You can get scum bubbly. You know what I mean? You know, I'm sure he got a room for you or something, bro.
Yeah. They got rooms at the local spot, you know, for $89. So, you know, it ain't much.
Absolutely. And I want to send some well wishes to my good new brother, Raynard Hall. He's recovering from some surgery. So
awesome.
Yeah. Suck it up, Noop, as we say. Suck it up.
Yo, Noop, feel better.
Yeah, definitely. Feel better. And you guys like, share, subscribe. This Self-Love Show is a journey. We refuse to use bots. We get offered bot opportunity all the time. But we're all about the real deal over here. You know, we want real avatars and not bots. As we hit certain thresholds, you'll see action and activity taking place. The first threshold is 499 subscribers, and you're going to see myself and my lovely better half. We're going to videotape ourselves, making our first, hopefully of many, skydives. This is part of, you know, eliminating fear. Fear is cap. And so we're going to get out there and jump out of a plane, and we will use a parachute. We discussed it, and her vote overrode mine, so we're not going to jump parachute free. So you guys like, share, subscribe right now. Hit the bell. Post this on your Twitter feed and your Facebook and whatever else you got going on. And yeah, so if you guys are out there and you're part of the hip hop community, do chime in. If you're not part of the hip hop community, we want to hear your points of view. As Self typed in the chat, this is interactive. We like to have fun around here. It's edutainment. So yeah, enough of my yapping. I'm gonna turn it over to this brother so he can handle his business.
Welcome to the Self Luv Show. And as Nan said, we're doing 187 bars, our Dead Rapper Series Part 4, featuring Jam Master Jay. I want to thank you for being here. Without y'all, there is no us. So I'm going to continue to push through and hope that y'all take the journey with us. But as always, we have very important video that we need you to watch. But before that, we have the Self Luv Show quote of the day. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside while still alive. Never surrender. Once again, death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside while still alive. Never surrender. Tupac Shakur. And here we go. More growth in the
Rest in pop.
platform.
Rest in pop.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless.
Numero
9,
Wave.
to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
Absolutely, we're closing the gap. Yes, sir. And numero 10.
To protect our women and children by any and all means necessary.
That's right. By any and all means necessary. So real quick, big ups to Ace. He said TATN, mouthpiece included. Thursdays, 9 p.m. Central Time, right here on TATN. He say, what up, Self Love Nation? What down. We got Sharuka Israel said greetings, and she said she didn't know, and I don't know, and I wasn't invited.
Oh. She must be talking about
yeah, the big Tucci party. Yeah, it's an exclusive list. All right, and thanks for your support. We got a great one lined up for you. 187 bars. This is our Dead Rapper series number 4. It's featuring the late greater DJ Jam Master Jay. If you didn't catch last week's show, I suggest you go back and tune into last week's show. We covered how the feminist movement, how it's affected and how it's affecting the black community. So the title is, how has the feminist movement affected the black community? What say ye, Self Love?
Lots of information. Just so much chock filled of information. I suggest you go watch it.
I concur. I concur. We always do things respectfully around here, but the more females to watch it, I definitely say the better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's move on. Self, did you see Prego Tyranny? Prego Tyranny.
Absolutely not. I'm pretty unplugged.
Well, big ups to Inside Edition. This is fair use. And big ups to our crack production staff. I believe it's Inside.
A husband and his pregnant wife were rushing to a hospital emergency room, but were blocked by 2 parked police cars. So the panicked dad-to-be honked his horn, and that led to one ugly confrontation. I spoke with the still shaken couple. This father-to-be was taking his pregnant wife to the hospital, but says he found 2 cop cars blocking the road near the entrance.
I honked just to let them know I was there.
One patrol car moves and Kevin Enciso drives around the other one. But an officer gets out, and that's when things really go downhill fast.
Sir, give me your license.
Can I have your sergeant?
Give me your license.
I've asked for your supervisor already.
There's a lot of fear and confusion.
Enciso refuses to show his license.
I honked at you because you're blocking the way with your car, talking to the other.
Let me have
No.
And the cop is informed that Sabrina Enciso is pregnant.
Oh, I'm having a lot of pain, and I don't have to have a seat, sir.
Enciso explains why they're at the hospital.
She was in a car accident. She's going to be seen by her doctor at emergency room to make sure the baby is okay.
Because I think I'm getting ready to miscarry. I tried to stay calm, as much as possible. But, you can only get to a certain point where the worry starts to take over.
The tense back and forth continues.
Don't put your ego in.
You're trying to antagonize me. It's not going to work, sir.
Then a fire rescue truck that the cop called in arrives, and the crew checks out the pregnant woman. Keep in mind, they're just steps from the emergency room.
After they checked on her, they saw her blood pressure was skyrocketing.
Finally, the mom-to-be and her husband are allowed to proceed. So did you end up getting a ticket or anything?
No, in the end, nothing happened. He didn't give us a ticket or a citation or summons.
Sabrina says the day did end on an upbeat note.
We did find out that instead of just having one baby, we actually are expecting twins. So we did get to go home with good news.
The Miami-Dade Police Department tells us they immediately initiated an internal affairs investigation into what is seen on the video, as well as a review of the entire incident.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what are your thoughts on that there, fella?
Idiocy, actually. I don't know what this is. This is that's tyranny. That's just idiocy. Just because they blew their horn at you?
Yeah, you're blocking the entrance to the emergency room so you can have conversations about the big sale at Krispy Kreme's or Dunkin' Donuts, important conversations like that. Taxpayers are paying them upwards of $80,000 to $120,000 to sit there like lummoxes and block the citizenry's way to get to the emergency room. This guy, yes, taps his horn, and his ego and arrogance,
just pitiful.
Yeah, I mean, we should be able to write them tickets for stuff like that. Citizens, you know what? I think I'm gonna print up a citizens ticket book and go around levying tickets on 12 for nonsense, huh?
I probably think you might not want to do that.
I'd have my camera rolling. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Sign it or you're going to citizens jail. You know what I mean? Start calling for backup.
You Big Nick, I'm from Big Nick, South Florida.
Yeah. Big Nick, big ups to Big Nick.
Huge.
Sharuka said abuse of power. I concur.
Facts.
And God forbid that lady, was really miscarrying. It would be a whole different, situation.
Yeah, calling for his job. He's borderline need to call for his job anyway, using that kind of for something so simple.
Yeah, the one pig. Can we say pig on the Self Luv Show? Well, the one pig pulled off. So, I'll say officer. The one officer pulled off. The pig sat there and had to try to escalate the whole situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You going tyranny? That's tyranny.
All day long.
Tyranny. All right, so tonight is all about 187 Bars, the Dead Rapper series. This is part 4 in a forever running series, unfortunately. This one's featuring the late, greater DJ Jam Master Jay. You guys might know him as JMJ. All right, so let's get to our other segment, Self. What if they were black or pink? This one's called Celebrity Injustice. Big ups to Inside Edition. Fair use.
The man who caused the death of rapper Nicki Minaj's father was sentenced to a year behind bars, and the victim's widow is not pleased. The prosecutor's office in Nassau County, New York, says 72-year-old Charles Polovich will also have to pay a $5,000 fine, and his driver's license will be suspended for 6 months. He pleaded guilty to leaving the scene of a fatal crash and tampering with physical evidence for the February 2021 incident that claimed the life of 64-year-old Robert Mirage, an electrician from Mineola.
Anything to say to the family?
Investigators say Mirage was walking down the road when Polovich hit him with his car, got out of the car to talk to the victim, and then got back in his car and drove away without calling police. Mirage was taken to the hospital but died from his injuries. Polovich's attorney told reporters after the sentencing that he believes his client suffered a medical episode on the night of the incident and that he is a good man. But Nicki Minaj's mother, Carol Mirage, told reporters outside of court that the sentence was a slap in the face and that her daughter was very sad about what happened to her father. Nicki Minaj has not publicly commented on the incident. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalban.
All right.
Wow.
All right, right? They should lock his mom up.
They should lock up who?
The driver's mom. They're trying to lock up Pookie's parents. They should lock his parents up.
Okay. Is she alive?
If she isn't, exhume her, rest her soul. Exhume her remains and throw her remains in the citizen's prison. This is how they talk about doing our families. But, my overarching point is, all right, so he left the crime scene, manipulated the crime scene. And how much time did he get?
A year. How about he hit him and got out and talked to him? And then got back in there and drove like nothing ever happened.
They probably couldn't prove he was inebriated, but that should be an assumption when you leave the scene like that.
Man, that's crazy.
Now,
to only get a year, that's what's...
Yeah. Now, what if Nicki Minaj's dad had hit him, shoe was on the other foot, left the scene,
Yeah, got life.
Yeah, it's egregious. 100% egregious.
That's crazy, man. The system is very much crap.
That's right. It's rigged. It's rigged against those of us with avatars similar to ours.
Man, it's getting old.
Yeah. And Sharuka agreed that it was an tyranny. She gave a thumbs down. Ace2X said definitely tyranny for the dummy flexing against a pregnant woman.
Absolutely.
Right. You're in a big city like Miami, and you see that these appear to be 2 tax-paying citizens. It's not, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't a car full of thugs, if you will. Even if it was, though. But, I mean, who's training these thugs?
Man, it always seems to be the racist guy on the force is the trainer.
Always, and the most violent one. Yeah. So if the things were flipped on the Nicki Minaj, and rest her father's soul, and condolences to her family. So if it was flipped, you already said things would be different, and I agree. If it was flipped, life sentence, it definitely would have been all over the news because it was Nicki's dad, and the DA would have made a big issue out of it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. All right. So tonight it's all about, you guys like, share, subscribe. It's all about 187 bars. That's the name of our series. This one's a Dead Rapper series, number 4, featuring the later, greater DJ Jam Master Jay, formerly of Run DMC. Today's Dome teaser. Ace, cut the Google off. Use your Dome. All right, today's Dome teaser. Here we go. Who has married many people but has never been married himself? Once again, who has married many people but has never been married himself? Self Love had an immediate thumbs up. You heard this one before, or you just figured it out?
I don't remember if I heard it before, but it seems like I have, but I'm not sure. But it's very simple, came right to my brain.
I don't know if Sharuka's responding to the Dome teaser, but she said cheater.
Well,
I think she's talking about Ace, yeah.
Turned it off to Google.
All right. So Sharika has entered her key, and she said Catholic priest. Ding, 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 and that's what Self Love had. So I find that the women do good on these Dome teasers, though.
Yeah, well, they do, generally.
Yeah, that's what I find. All right. So big ups. You guys have no reason to wait till the end of the show except for quality uncut content. Can we say quality uncut content on TATN, so?
Yeah, but I don't know about the finger gesture with it. It might have been a little too much, but
if there's any kids out there and you know what this means, go get yourself some help. All right. If you don't know what it means, big ups. All right. So we got we're moving on. You guys like, share, subscribe. And,
ooh, shoot.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. All right. So now let's move it on. Production. Let's roll to the what do you call that? Promo video, and we'll get this show cracking.
Moultrie was putting his thing out. I was like, I gave him a huge
dumb.
I live in one, so he should have known that. So.
Are some of the new rappers selling out the hip hop culture?
I mean, you really can't sell out. Our culture consists of everything. So you really can't be a sellout in hip hop to me. If you're making a lot of money, if you're popular, you're just a popular cat that's in the hip hop. I don't think Will Smith is a sellout. I just think that the world is recognizing flavor.
He's GOP. So, big dumb.
We'll begin with a fatal shooting of a rap music legend, taking the life of the man known as Jam Master Jay.
It was a brazen murder on a fall evening in New York City.
Jam Master Jay knew the absolute heights of the hip-hop world as a member of the pioneering rap group RUN DMC.
And we're working on next week's show. We'll get it'll be next week, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Chicago time, live as always.
Apparently, Bernard Washington was buzzed in. At that point, he pulled out a gun and he put everybody on the floor. Carl Jordan came in and then walked right over to Jay and fired a round immediately, without any conversation at all.
Carl Jordan Jr. and Ronald Washington were both said to have known Jay prior to his murder.
Police
get a promo video out there with you, let you know when we got a guest lined up.
What's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Do you still have them? Got mine.
Ditto.
This is Cotton.
All right. Let's jump into it because we got a great one lined up for y'all today. This is 187 bars, part 4. This is our 4th edition. We already covered Big L, rest in peace. Tupac, as my pink friends say, Tupac Shakur, rest in peace. And the notorious B.I.G., rest in peace. And as a study, and this one was in 2010, so I know that these numbers are even more inflated. 51.5% of rappers' death, the ones who have died as a result of murder. I'm confident that that percentage is higher since 2010.
Absolutely.
Yeah, with the drill movement scene coming out of Chicago.
Yeah, since the rappers been getting murdered since 2010, it's the litany.
Yeah. They drilling all the way from Chicago to Great Britain and Ireland, bro. They drilling. All right, and so it's obviously the most dangerous profession in many senses. So the purpose of tonight's show, Self Luv and I, we discuss is there a conspiracy behind this? Yeah.
We always discuss it every time.
Yeah, and then and then we're going to pay homage to legends. That's what each show is about, and we want to keep their names and their memories alive. And we want you guys to open your minds up. So let's jump at it, Self. I was a big DMC fan. You know what I mean? I was a big DMC fan. Boy, that dumb. I seen you jocking JC because he got a Mercedes and you know about his babies and all his ladies. You just want to ride and get inside and run around town like Bonnie and Clyde, but see the moves you're making. Remember, they always came back with some right thought. And the route you're taking, I'll leave you heartbreaking if I ain't mistaken. You want his money, you be his dummy, but the truth, no excuse. You're a great big dummy. Dumb girl. dumb. Stupid ass can be. All right. Enough of that. Sure, I butchered it here and there, but it was all in fun. Who was JMJ?
Jam Master Jay was the DJ for Run DMC. One of the first super popular rap groups.
Facts. He used to be on stage before Ron and Daryl Mack came out there.
Yeah.
You know, they'd have him on stage and then he'd be scratching it. Run. Yeah.
I saw them a bunch of times. You know.
Oh, you saw them perform?
Yeah, they were at the Fresh Fest a lot. And I saw them perform probably 15 to 25 times, something like that.
Wow. Did you talk to any of them?
I didn't, but I think my brother did.
Speaking of your brother, how's Jazzy doing out there with the water situation?
He in
Texas somewhere, I think.
Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not the same situation.
Yeah, Coach asked me about it, so I should have known to check my sources. All right. Sharuka said it's the Illuminati. You could have just said Illuma Booty. You can type Illuma Booty in the chat. All right. So JMJ was born January 21, 1965. His government name is Jason William Mizell. as self-described, you know, he was a musician. He started playing bass, trumpet, drums at an early age. He evolved and became a Queens community leader. So he was, you know, a positive force in Queensbridge and or Queensboro. And he was a DJ, producer. And I had forgot, Self, that he discovered 50. You know, Dr. Dre ended up with 50.
Eminem, with Dr. Dre through Eminem.
Yeah, was JMJ still alive? I'm sure he was getting some sort of royalty. I'm sure he was getting some sort of royalty off of that, right?
I'm not sure about that,
Wow.
but it's very possible. Very possible.
And as Self said, he was Run DMC's DJ. So, where does he fall on your greatest producer list? Because so I have like Diamond D, Eric B, of course, RZA. This is no particular order.
Right. I didn't know that he produced until like after. I don't know anything offhand he produced.
Was he producing those DMC albums?
I don't think so.
Can we get some help out of the chat if anybody knows? So let's say if he was producing those, but you're right. I don't hear about him like after that, like maybe he was ghost producing or he had produced for some other, you know, known rappers. Maybe I should have dug into that a little more. But he was definitely a producer at the end, though.
Yeah, I know that fact.
Right.
I still don't know anything that he's produced.
Interesting. Maybe do a Google, ask Siri, what music did he produce? Because I know he was more as a mogul, an executive producer, so that doesn't necessarily mean he was making music, but he was a musician, so I have to believe he was producing records.
Yeah, especially since he played.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's see. So, see if we get some chat help. Haven't gotten it yet. All right. We'll move on and then we'll come back to that if we need to. This is 187 Bars, Dead Rapper Series, Part 4. This is featuring the late, greater DJ Jam Master Jay. You got some info on it before we push on?
It's still kind of unclear. Yeah, it's unclear, so I don't want to put it out here.
All right. Well, do you remember when he was murdered and any thoughts you had immediately after the murder, bro?
I remember, I can't recall what year, but I was like, wow. It was just shocking, very surprising. Because, you know, he apparently, at least from his career and all of that, he wasn't that type of person that you would suspect somebody would
You
murder.
mean it wasn't about that life, about that death?
Yeah, about doing all, you know, nonsense and everything to have that occur.
Yeah, he was a businessman and positive in the community, bro.
Yeah.
Right. I would concur. It was definitely shocking, but go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just saying, that's what I was going to repeat again. I said, wow.
Yeah, definitely shocking. It was a bit disbelief. You know, I had to wait for it to be confirmed. You know, right away I started thinking, man, I wonder what his royalties were like. You know, because, you know, if he owned any of those masters, if he had any part of that, you know, with any of those DMC albums.
Right.
All of that came to mind. His association with 50.
Right.
You know,
that was it was some implication or something that 50 might have had something to do with it at the time. Rumor.
Was there, bro?
Yeah.
Interesting. And of course, I'm sure 50 came right out there and denied it.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, you guys like, share, subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Let's get them in the building. Give a little breakdown on JMJ.
Yeah, says like he produced 50, a lot of 50 stuff, their early stuff.
Wow. And that was that stuff that was like mixtapes that was hitting that got him known, huh? And he taught 50 the science of the 16 bars. 50 said that.
Yeah.
Taught him how to rap.
Yeah. Put him on, really.
So he died October 30th, 2002 at age 37 in New York, New York.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when the brother was murdered, senselessly murdered on the streets of NY. Yeah, so that was
even on the streets. It was in the studio. That's
Yeah.
even more crazy.
Yeah, well, they say doing what you love to do, you know. You want to go out doing what you love to do. So how far do you think that label would have gone if he hadn't been murdered? So he started his own label. It's called Jam Master Jay Records.
Yeah, he went very far. I mean, artists that he was dealing with. Man.
And he was in a community too. So, right. You know, if he was finding guys like 50 and able to take a guy off the street, teach him how to rap, and he became what 50 became.
Man. He would have got far. That's for sure.
Right, because that was 2002, and this is 22. That was 20 years ago. Right, with the way things, he would have definitely got far. Probably would have his hands in some of these drill music artists that are in New York right now, too. You know?
Okay, so he had afros. You remember the afros?
Yeah. I forgot about them, though, but yeah.
Family. Onyx.
That's what Sharuka just put in there. He produced Onyx. Wow. I like that music. You had that album, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the production was nice. I think that's what you and Jazzy was saying, too. Especially Jazzy. I don't think Jazzy was a big Onyx fan.
Nah, I don't think so either. J.O. Felony. Sugar, 50 Cent.
Wow.
And I don't know this last person, so.
I'm a B-boy sitting in my B-boy stand. Somebody give me the microphone before I bust in my pants.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so Onyx, did they have one album? I'm sure they did a second one, but I don't think the second one did much. Is that right?
I remember at least two, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting time. So, all right, so as Self was breaking down, like, where the murder happened, that's coming up. But y'all know what this means.
Yes, sir. Shoot. Onyx had a bunch of albums.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm tripping, though. Yo. Sis. It's halftime. So, the Self Luv Show, 187 bars, part 4, Jam Master Jay. We've broken down what happened in some of his early life, dug into and found some of his production credits. Now we're going to get into what happened and more. So, We got some videos for you to check out. And we'll be right back at you.
It's halftime.
Yep.
What's the point of life? Lord, why do we do it? And what's the point of strife? Pimps and whores see right through it. They see fluid. All Johns ain't saints, and St. John knew it. Tricks are preachers, 12 disciples, and so-called druids. See, solid. Get married and have shorties after college. So what's the point? Vibrate love, go share knowledge. Silence is violence. Stupid is as stupid does. Join the Give Back Gang Alliance. Gang, gang.
What are you looking at, slave?
The time is now, my people. We must band together.
This fruition is my intuition mixed with my wisdom and splits the difference. I'm getting rid of these wicked figures thinking they getting it because they spitting the rhythms of repetition. I'm getting sick of it. I'm tired of rappers talking about gold chains that they don't rock and quote the same things that they're saying that won't stop. They're portraying these messages to these kids that are conveying the whole block, convincing them to be the one thing that they're not. Then them kids grow up to gang bang and tote Glocks. They obviously portray the traits of those not, cause y'all prompt them to be slaves and smoke pot. R.I.P. to Zahn, who was prayed and sprayed by those cops. But hey yo, at least your Glock is sick, your watch is sick, the girl that you got is thick, right? It makes me sick just thinking about it. You sink the cloud inside the head so they can't think without it. Your silly rap song ain't even on the brink of knowledge. Just think about it. They ride your wave until their brain is right and all they can think of violence, right?
But on this flight, the only passengers will be mannequins, outfitted with sensors, collecting data.
We need to put the rocket on the pad with the capsule on top and send it to the moon, make sure it comes back safely. We have to test all of those things before we put humans in those seats and ask them to go do something that's never been done before.
You have to test all of those things before we put humans in those seats and ask them to go do something that's never been done before.
Since the early 70s, NASA has only sent humans to low Earth orbit.
NASA has only sent humans to low Earth orbit.
A couple of 100 miles above Earth. Now, it needs to protect astronauts on longer missions into deeper space.
I love the fact that
they have to put mannequins in those seats. It puts things in perspective. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's never been done.
Well, yeah, because it's never been done. Well, yeah, because it's never been done.
Well, we did go to the moon before.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't. Because we didn't go there. And that's the way it happened.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Do you still have them?
Got mine.
You hear that, Mark, man?
Yeah.
He got dementia.
Oh, oh my God.
He thought he was at home talking to his granddaughter.
He's like, that's not an 8-year-old's question. It never gets old. Welcome back. Self Luv Show. 187 bars, part 4. Yeah, Master J. Head Rapper series. First half, we broke down some things. Gonna expand more to the second half. Looked like Ace gave us some great information.
Yeah, go ahead and break that down.
He says Jam Master Jay was credited with producing 7 albums with Run DMC records included. He played several instruments on Run DMC albums and DJ'd.
Trying to cut it down, it's going up. All right, Ace, big ups on that. Big ups on that, Ace. Big ups on that research. Man, yes. So he was. So in that case.
Yeah.
Where would you rank him, though, in your pantheon of producers?
I'm not sure. Gotta go back and listen to those records. But, hey, he's got a lot of...
You've been to 15 concerts. What are you talking about?
Probably 20. Shit. They had a bunch of albums by then. I mean, you know, I don't even remember their music. I haven't listened to them since then. That's why I was laughing when you was doing it, because I was like, man, he remembers this.
Oh, yeah. That was my cut.
Right.
What was the album with, get my cam on. I had late dinner. That's why, bro, big up Strife Mac. That song, You Be Illin'. Yeah. You be illin'.
Yeah, he's probably playing on that shit. That's love.
Yeah. Yeah. When you look at, he knew how to do more than just, you know,
DJ
sample and scratch, and he was scratching.
Yeah, he was cold at that too.
Yeah, I'm feeling like he never got enough credit.
Nah, I don't think so.
But if he was getting producer credit, he might have made more money off those albums than Run and DMC. Like, you know, they were getting that side money, of course, and getting the money for them shows.
Yeah, it was. They were saying that he was complaining about money when he around when he got killed. But,
interesting. That's interesting. So he was barking up the
Wonder if he
labels.
got the producer credit he was supposed to. You know what I mean?
Right. He was credited with producing 7 albums with Run DMC Records. He probably got the credit, but can't realize he wasn't getting the dough.
Yeah.
Who was their producer? That was come on, he's rich now. Not their producer, but the guy, their executive producer.
Oh, his brother.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Rushtown Management.
Yeah, it was Rushtown Management. Russell Simmons.
Yeah, Russell Simmons. So Russell and the Jew boys was probably taking all that money.
Yeah. That contract probably was not favorable for
Right. It probably signed a brick would get you, Mercedes, Cadillac, some groupies. 7 albums though? Usually
they figure it out, especially when you get big as Run DMC.
Right. And you still broke.
Huge.
Right. Right. All right, so Self Luv said this is 187 bars, Dead Rapper Series, number 4. And Sharuka said unsung. And Russell Simmons. We're going to have to check into, I guess Unsung did a documentary or something about it. I may have seen it and just don't remember it.
Probably so.
After halftime. Go ahead.
Or if not, then maybe they need to make one. I don't know if that's what she was suggesting either. So
yeah,
could be either or.
Yeah, I would think that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up. There we go. Last time I tried to eat dinner at a 6-minute halftime. I seem to have accomplished it though. So. All right. So now we're into the second half. Jay was murdered in 2002, but this case went extremely cold until the charges were filed in 2020. Why is that?
I have no idea, because it doesn't make sense. They had somebody buzzed them in.
Yeah.
And they're on cameras, seen putting on a mask, pulling out a gun. So I have no idea.
Yeah, could it be a cover up? I mean, because they say they had all that you said, but it's just strange that exactly if they're alleging they had all that evidence that they later used, and how is it cold?
That's what I didn't understand. Like somebody buzzed them in, they walked past some people, so they had eyewitness and video evidence. So
and this is a community, upstanding guy in the community. It's not like, the community wasn't going to cooperate. It feels like the Illuma booty. It feels a little like what you're talking about, that money was involved. Maybe he was getting lawyers. You know what I mean?
Man. And they said it was a hit. I mean, it came in, there was no words exchanged. It came in and shot him.
Well, yeah, now that we're there, then let's go ahead and talk about it. What's the official account of what happened?
I'd say that 2 guys came in, got buzzed in, and then they walked past 3 other cameras, and at one of the cameras, the guy pulled out a mask and a gun, and he went in the room and told him to get on the floor or something. heard about this part today, and then didn't even say anything. Just shot Jay in the head and shot the other guy in the chest, and then walked out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's similar to what I got. The official 12 account. Yeah, they were buzzed in by a female who knew them because they were regulars in the studio. And then once they got inside, they put their mask on. I don't know if she backdoored them or what, because she wasn't shot. Why they would leave her alive is mind-boggling. Yeah, and they said they came right in and shot Jay. They said Jay knew the alleged killers, and there was an alleged drug dispute, which set off some alarm bells in the community that they went in and killed him over an alleged drug dispute. It just sounds like some pink stink. And then they came out there and put his financial business out there to kind of make you think he would be involved in drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said he owed over around $225,000 in back taxes at the time of his demise.
Yeah.
But it seems funky that, okay, so if it's a drug dispute and your dispute is with Jay, then come right in and shoot him and leave. Why are you shooting the other person? Like, right?
Was that a security or something? I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
They said Jay was in there. They were playing video games at that time. It's 2 a.m. So, I don't know. That doesn't, it just, Now, Jay's family said that Jay being involved in narcotics is ludicrous. Also, both killers maintain their innocence to this day. Any alternative theories? You've pitched some, but
I mean, the part I can't get past is that they are known. They know these people. So,
yeah, they didn't say it was a robbery. Go ahead, bro. But go ahead.
It doesn't make sense that it's they just come and kill and leave. I don't know what to say. It's like, because I would say it could be those black people masking and white people coming in and doing it. But since these are two known people, then that kind of blows that whole situation. Like, they know these people. That's, I don't have any, I don't have any alternate.
Well,
it doesn't make sense.
Well, the guy who you said they shot, so he died too? The other person?
No.
Do you know if he testified in court against the killers and said, yeah, that's them?
That, I have no idea.
And then I searched, but they never broke down what they just, like, it just sounds pink stinky. It sounds 12-ish. Yeah, it was a drug dispute, the old drug dispute routine, and that solves it and close this case. What was the dispute? Did Jay owe them money? You know what I'm saying? Did he owe them some shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it ain't saying nothing.
Right.
And killing them, how's that gonna solve anything? If they owed you something, how you get it back?
Exactly. And if you know them and you've been in the studio and you know there's cameras and everything, are you just emotional and you decide I'm going to go in the studio at 2 a.m. and get him as opposed to waiting for him to walk out headed to his car or something like that?
It just don't make sense. It just makes less and less sense. So
I mean, it could have been a telephone conversation where, he could have been like, F you and, SMD and all this and that, and they got emotional. And But it seems like then they wouldn't have been buzzing them in.
Right. Man.
H. Moultrie said one thing for sure: you got to pay your taxes, or else they will take from your SSI if you live long enough. Take care of your business. Mm-hmm. All right. So, all right, you've thrown out there that he had a dispute over his money with the label.
Well,
I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't know that for fact. I'm just saying, like, did he get all the credit when he was supposed to?
Well, he couldn't have if he owed $225,000 in taxes. That doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he was that hard up and he had to sell drugs, he couldn't have been getting it, the royalties and etc.
Right, and he should have been getting royalties on Onyx and all that. That's on his label and all of this.
Correct.
So, I mean, that's not math. Ain't
And he
mathing.
should have been getting something off 50. Now, you know what I mean?
Well, those songs that he had, but I think he left and signed with Eminem. I don't think he was with.
Yeah, but they normally have some sort of buyout or something. You can't just take another person's artist unless their contract ran out.
Right, that's what I think happened. I think the contract ran out.
That doesn't seem like smart business. Teach a guy how to rap, produce all his music, make him hot, and have no
control after that.
Yeah, absolutely none. And a mogul like that who's been in the game for X number of years, I'd have to believe he had something. You know, where you got to buy me out or something. But I don't know that for fact. But and then I don't know his inner workings in the community, because a lot of community riders, people who fight for us, he doesn't seem like the guy though that would have been approaching 12 and writing them citizens tickets and things like that.
No, I don't think he was doing it like that.
No, I think he was doing like block parties, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, appearances and talking to him.
Yeah. Teaching him music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so let's go ahead, man. I told you we're going to be shortening these shows down. So, I mean, first I want to say rest up to JMJ and his family. But give me your summary and conclusion. I mean, this is... Okay, so we did Big L, Pac, Biggie. Pac's murder still hasn't been solved. What about Biggie?
Biggie's either. No salvage on Biggie's.
Right. Now, Pac and Biggie weren't killed in their backyard, but Big L and Jay were killed in their backyard, bro.
Yeah. Both of them in New York. And where they from, too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. In their backyard. Right. I mean, Big L was literally killed like in front of his building.
Yeah.
I mean, there's risk involved. I remember I used to be suggesting you and Beware, man, y'all got to get those little pookies in y'all studio, man, and get them under contract, but there's that risk. They decide they want to come kick the door in at 2 a.m. and shoot everybody up just for a dispute or for a piece of equipment they want. There is that.
Facts.
But go ahead and give me your summation of this. This isn't your final words, but your summation.
Man, got to be careful who you associate yourself with and who you allow in your cipher, because a lot of times people know who killed them and they're in their circle. They were saying that he knew both these guys, you know, and they got buzzed in because they were known. So, you know. It's the only summation I'm doing if this is not my final words.
Yeah, but what I got on this is so if it's on camera and they had that evidence and there were testimonials that, yeah, these are the cats. They said one of them was a rapper himself, and he did a video and stood in front of the man's mural. And they, you know, that came out in court.
Wow.
But if they were the literal trigger man, I get the sense that they could have been paid off to do that. And not by some drug dealer.
Yeah.
And the motivation would be the masters, you know, something he owned that somebody wanted, and it would probably been in that intellectual property. You know, where once he's out of the picture, somebody else is getting those checks.
Yeah. Probably falls back to the label or something.
Yes. 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 But, you know, speculation without more research into this. It's all pretty speculative, but just it's coincidental that all these rappers are being murdered and they're able to say, oh, it was just a gang dispute. Or okay, so if you said that happened to 50 and I'm not wishing this on them at that time, all right, it's plausible. You know, certain rappers, like you were saying, if they live that lifestyle, you know, all right, that's a plausible thing, but not him. You might as well come out and say Will Smith got clapped in the studio and it was over a drug dispute.
I mean, yeah.
You know, LL. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Kool Moe D. Right. Well, I heard Kool Moe D was gangster with his though, but yeah. I mean, but he was old already by the time I tuned in. But yeah, I think he was a beast on them streets.
Yeah, but he wasn't talking that crazy stuff on the mic though.
No, he wasn't. That's how you know he probably was real though.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
All right. So next in this series, you guys, is in the 187 bars series, 187 bars. We're gonna do Xxx Tentacion, Extension. Rest in peace. How do you say his name? Do you know how to say his name, Self?
I do not.
All right. Well, I'm gonna figure out, rest in peace, how to say this young brother's name, who's, you know, one of the ancestors now. But I dug into this after he passed, and his arc, his character arc, his journey is mind-blowing. Some of the things he was saying about music and the science of it and where he was going with it and that type of following he had. You're not going to have me believe that somebody just rolled up on him, you know, it's you know.
No, sad.
Yeah, so that's what we're covering next in the series. It won't be next week, but when we revisit this series, it'll be Extension. Xxx Tentacion. Rest in peace. Condolences to his family. So, you guys do your research on this JMJ situation. Join the rabbit hole. And our riddle was solved today. For those who may have missed it, the riddle was who has married many people but has never been married himself. Sharuka in the chat said a Catholic priest. We will accept that. I would have just accepted priest. But that is 100% correct. Next week's show, you'll like this one, Coach. Why are so many blacks joining the grand old party? Huh, Self? Huh? Huh? I mean, we've always had them, and we used to be our party. You know, it's the party of Abraham Lincoln. But there's been a resurgence, even with this awful Donald Trump.
Well, both parties have been awful.
I understand. I do. I understand. Okay, right? So it's like you go from an awful relationship and jump into an awfuler relationship. Can't you just choose to be single or independent?
Yeah, that's what I would choose. But, I'm not,
Right. Well, that's what we're going to unpack here. And anybody's welcome to panel up. We'd love to get some of these black GOPs to panel up, huh, Self? If they've got the what?
You still got them? I got mine.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's got to be something we're missing here. And I'm with you. I will say I am not a Democrat.
Right.
Okay. And I'm for damn sure not a Republican.
I'm
not a Democrat, and I'm not a Republican.
Yeah, Democrat and Republican.
Right. Right. Can't, won't, can't, won't. Remember Mike Singletary talking about he can't coach the Hall of Famers?
Do it. Will not do it. I won't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it.
They said this Mark at halftime pulled down his pants in his drawers and pooped right there in front of his team for his halftime speech. He said, that's how you guys are playing. Huh? I mean, I don't know. We all got jobs. Your manager, your CEOs get mad. But could you imagine that? Stuff I think, boy, if I had smoked me one on lunch or something, I've been laughing just like you right now. I probably would have got fired. Oh, they had so much to say.
You had a lawsuit anyway. If he tried to fire you, you can't do that. There are laws against that out there.
Oh man, I think they should donate his brain for that.
CTE. Yeah,
research.
he got that because man.
I mean, I can see
him and Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker. Oh my god.
No, yeah, right. So I could see maybe even you pulled some. I'm not saying I would do it, but you pooped in the toilet, maybe pooped a piece in the bag and said, "This is what you guys are playing like," or even, I could poop on the floor and that would be better than how you guys, you suggested, but he pulled it. Yeah, he got fired though. Yeah,
will not do it. Can't do it. Can't win with him.
Can't coach him. It's your job. All right. All right. I mean, all right. We digress. And then, we definitely digress. And then we got a topic for you tomorrow, mouthpiece included. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Right here at 9 p.m. Pull up. Panels always open. Central Standard. Our topic tomorrow, self-love, is your boy Tom Brady, drop dead gorgeous, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pink man, and Aaron Smudge Rogers. These guys.
He's blind.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know, my color shit is all fucked up. So,
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I don't know. He's not gorgeous either. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a Turner phrase. You know, I got that from Harry Carey. He's always those white players used to come up there. Ryan Sandberg, he's a good-looking young man. So if I was 12 years old, like nobody's listening to this. This isn't appropriate. Sitting there drinking those beers. Good, handsome young man.
Scummy boy.
Yeah, he was scummy. Rest in peace. We didn't know what was in his heart. But we're covering Aaron Rodgers and your boy Tom Brady, the GOAT. And I think Walter Payton's the GOAT, but I digress. But they haven't been in camp. Okay, they're not playing preseason games, and I was just wondering. It's like our "What if they were pink" series. You know, we're gonna do a thought experiment. I'm just wondering, what if that was some flashy hothead getting paid all that money black guys, you know, decided they wanted to, you know, go on the BET special. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, I think the narrative would be a little different. You know, these guys need to be in camp and they need to be teaching these younger players how to, you know what I mean?
Last year, I think the Bears, I think a lot of teams had the starters didn't play in the preseason. It was the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Yeah.
And so your first few games are preseason games when you do that.
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, Brady hasn't even been in camp.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, they, you know, I think they'll be okay. But like, if none of your starters played, that wouldn't make no sense.
Well, I think a quarterback would be okay. I think, you know, I get it. I'm just talking about the narrative. That's the thought experiment we're going down. What the narrative would have been if those guys were colored.
Oh, yeah.
They like to say we need to be out there working.
They need experience, and you got to get hands on. No matter, he's a 20-year veteran. He still needs experience. He's got to be out there.
Yeah, he's stealing money, and they'd have ran the Booker McFarlands, and well, we'll save it for the show tomorrow.
New head coach and everything involved, and all of that.
Yeah, young receivers but we'll save it for tomorrow. And then also your boy Chucky Gruden. Let me take these off. Chucky Gruden apologized, but he apologized for the 7 years worth of racist, misogynist, homophobic emails, and then he gave a big but, and then, you know, he said, but I'm a Christian and I go to church. Yeah, he's trying to weasel his way back into the NFL.
Did he say but?
Yes, and he said but is loud. I'm not even being. The but was louder than the apology. His but was but.
So that means there's no apology.
Correct. Everyone knows that. Yeah. So that's also one of the hot topics that we're going to be breaking down tomorrow. On Mouthpiece Included. It's always an open panel, so when you show up, don't forget what's up.
Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.
Because if you get your mouthpiece, you can get all wet. All right. So, so check in, y'all. Do check in, and we appreciate y'all, but don't go yet because, we're going to turn this over to my brother to my right. For wordsmiths, final words out there.
187 bars. Part 4. Another soul that could never ignore. Jam Master J. Learned a lot about you today that I didn't know. Put it down for Run DMC to grow. Rock the crowd before the show. Like the other artists, gone too soon. And for what? I don't think it was about no drugs.
Facts.
Not understanding why he had to catch slugs. He ain't seem like the guy that was the plug. So what are we to do or for us to learn? Because one day we all gonna get our turn. Transition.
Facts, flesh.
Maybe not get murdered. So make the most of the time that you got here. Love your family and friends, live without fear. Just be sincere. Every day, take action towards your dreams. Best thing you can do is pursue it like a fiend.
Flesh.
If that's your mission from the Creator, you better do what you can and make it greater. Rise like an elevator.
Facts.
Shape your path. Get rid of the excess. Perfect the math.
Flesh.
Make it your task to be the best you can be. Words.
Magnanimous. Chi-Town, stand up. Put the blicks down. Use your words like Brother Wordsmith. Use your words. In the beginning, there's a word. All right, let's get ready to close this one out. Zodiac. Man, know thyself. Love thyself.
Do you think you won? Honestly, I don't know.
I know.
You know what that means? Latin.
What that mean?
Know myself.
Myself?
I don't know, man. Yeah.
My name not me.
Even, yeah, I don't know. They didn't teach us.
Teachers. Bullets a boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder. 187. That's suicide.
Yeah, man. Eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something? Say something.
F12, FGB. Greed plus ego over some fear. That's how you create a slave, parents, teachers.
Yep. Charity plus humility times love is freedom.
You hear that, parents and teachers? Don't answer questions.
Question everything.
Fear is an illusion of delusion.
Vibrate love.
Facts. Forgiveness and charity are the highest of love's vibrations.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Take those pigs some donuts, some Starbucks. Healthy people. Heal thy people.
For sure, because hurt people do their best to hurt people.
Free Larry Hoover, man.
Free Chief Malik Jeff Ford.
Yes, sir. Free all them guys, man.
Prison is slavery.
Be like St. Pedro. Keep your eyes on Yahushua. And you too will walk atop H2O.
Yeah, man. Move mountains.
Mountains, G? A whole mountain?
Yes, sir.
Are you kidding me right now? Play up
No.
mountains? Yeah, are you kidding me? How we supposed to do that?
All we need is the faith of a mustard seed, and we got way more than that.
Mustard seeds ain't big at all.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Facts.
Being the one is just like being in love. No
Thanks
one
for
can
y'all
tell
support.
when you're in love, you just know it. Through and through, balls to bone.
Share the link, like, share, subscribe.